doing this tree, applying some dark here, some black and umber, and then later on we're going to go ahead and drop some snow on the branches and on the tree bark at the bottom of the tree, probably using a flipper brush here. Just changing the landscape a bit, so this will create some illusion of some moonlight, hitting this tree. And I will bring in my mid-tone, that is, right next to it, and I get a real-time blend here. And as you see, it creates a very smooth transition, almost like oil painting. I'm gonna go ahead, create some roughness to the tree bark itself, some variation of colors, some rough brush strokes here and there. At this stage it's just busy work, really getting these branches the way you want them. You can work from your imagination or use a reference photo. There's no shortage of trees around unless you live in the city. If you live in the suburb, chances are everywhere you look you see a tree. Snap some pictures and use it as a reference photo. So I'm gonna go ahead and redo these branches with this brush, and I'm gonna bring you back when I do the final highlights, and I'm gonna drop some impression of snow on the tree bark, and you will see how I do it. And hopefully this will have some value for you if you're doing any snow scenes. That's the season for it right now. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead, use the same brush, small liner brush, and this time we're gonna bring in some white into our mix. And I'm gonna come on this side and try to capture some of these lights, apply some more highlights to this side of the tree. Let's see if that's too light. Maybe darken it a bit. Now obviously we have to, create some soft edges over here, blend it. We can't just leave it like that. I'm just gonna apply the idea and then bring in my mid-tone. And go ahead, try to get a good blend here. It's a lot of back and forth. And some dry brush technique here. Create some texture. And some of that darker value. And get a good blend.
Three hours later.
I'm not going to pick up a lot of paint, so it's mostly a dry brush technique, you know. It's like painting a mountain. You want your paint to break, so something like that. I'm gonna use more blue for the shadow side. And just blend it with the rest of the landscape here, the rocks and stuff like that. So this is nice. I'm gonna show some of the trunk, so it will look natural. As you see, I don't have a lot of paint on my brush, and that allows me to really break the paint. You don't want huge chunk of paint on your brush. It doesn't create this effect. So very light touch, and it will create, you know, impression of some snow, maybe blown by the storm, by the wind, on the tree trunk. Using darker value of this on the shadow side and a bit more white added to my paint, and lighter value where it catches the moonlight. And same idea up here. I'm gonna come in with a bit darker blue, or darker value rather. For the shadow side, and for the highlight, a bit lighter value. So this side is going to be the shadow side, this side is going to be the highlighted side, because that's how it's catching the moonlight. So I'm going to come in with some lighter value of that, which basically means a bit more white with that paint. And a bit more blue for this side. And again, dry brush, not so much paint. Let the paint break, exactly like you paint your mountain. Let the paint break here and there, maybe some snow sitting on this tree. Not so much the thin branches and stuff like that, but you know, that's too bright for up there. Smush it, you know, soften it. Maybe some here. Maybe even some around here. Less is more, you don't want to overdo it. guess it conveys the message. And almost done here. Let's just apply some highlights to these rocks as well. And that's our tree. And some snow. Some highlights for the snow here and there. And some dry brush with this brush. Some finger painting, some scrubbing, all sort of thing. All right, and I'm gonna stop here because doing more of the same is not gonna add any value to the video. You get the idea. I'm gonna see you guys with another video hopefully soon. Take care.